Scott. And we live. We recording. Guys, I'm excited to be here. I'm grateful. I hope you all had a great Christmas. We got the new year coming up, and man, I feel like every time we do a session, we had an all-time high. Like literally Bitcoin. I don't know if it's just doing them on Wednesdays or if Wednesday is that day, but again, another week, another all-time high. And this is what it's gonna be like, guys, for the next year. I already know. I'm confident. I'm invested. I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys are taking action, right? Because ultimately, at the end of the day, if you just come to learn, you come to sit in and gain some information, that's great. And you should definitely do that. And you should definitely do your research. But man, I mean, if you've been investing with us for the last 6 months, we've been doing great. And this isn't financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. You cannot sue me. But yeah, guys, it's been a great year so far, and it's only going to be better. I'm excited for the market. You know, today I'm going to go over some TA, some altcoins, right? Looking at some of the top projects out there. Like some of these daily timeframes and weekly timeframes just look like a snack. You're about to see that. And so there's a lot of opportunity in the market. You know, we're just going to jump right in. But before we do that, yo, where are you guys coming in from today? Drop your city in the chat. Drop your city in the chat where y'all are calling in from today. I want to see where the QC fam is. I hope you guys had a good Christmas. We got Canada in the house, South Carolina, LA, Southside Chicago. Hey, I hope you guys bought some cryptos over Christmas. We had some Christmas specials on a lot of coins. Ethereum dropping down to $500, right? Last week, as we were live on the call, this was the day before Christmas Eve. We got St. Louis in the house, London. But let's pull up the charts, guys. Let's get into it. As we were live on the call last week, we were seeing, just uploading a new video, guys. My bad on that one. I'm about a week behind on uploading my calls, but that one will be uploaded, and tonight's will be uploaded right after we're done. But yeah, we were seeing last week. Let's pull it out. Let's go look at Ethereum since we're talking about that. Last week, we saw that dip. This was last week, Wednesday, right here, the 23rd. I already knew. That big black candle sitting right there. And you guys, I was saying it live on the session. I hope you took advantage. That pullback led us to a new high on Ethereum and a lot of other coins. It was a great opportunity to get in. You know, that $500 Ethereum, it's looking mighty good now, right? And my targets for Ethereum, you know, it looks like we're going to keep going. But before we get into the TA, we got to do our due diligence. We got to look through CoinMarketCap, see what's been happening, right? 7 days is obviously a super awesome one for us because we meet up every 7 days. In the last 7 days, Bitcoin has jumped up 23%. Hey, right? Ethereum's up as well, 28%. Tether, staying even like it should. XRP still holding that number 3 spot, down 16% on the week. We definitely have some stuff to talk about XRP. Litecoin, big gain. As you can see, most of the market in the last week is up double digits. The top 10, we're up double digits in the last week. Yo, drop some sixes in the chat if you made some profits over your holidays just with your crypto sitting in your wallets. I'm sure most of you guys have. I want to see that time. Hey, look at that. Look at those sixes coming in. Let's go. But yeah, the market is doing great, guys. Over December is usually a very telling time for the crypto market. We've been at all-time lows in December, and we've also been at all-time highs. 2 years ago was an all-time low for Christmas, right? So different Christmas this year, lots of green across the board as we see lots and lots of double-digit gainers over the last week. But yeah, guys, before we do, I want to save the TA for the end because I do have a bunch of juicy price targets. Our play Uniswap is up 23% of the week. That's awesome, right? Aave doing well as well. But I do have some saucy price predictions for you guys for some of your favorite altcoins because, you know, with Bitcoin rising, you know, Bitcoin 10x, we've talked about in the past, we've talked about Bitcoin 10xing is very, very likely, but guys, the majority of the gains, you know, if you want to look at 100x's, 20x's, right, those are your altcoins. And, you know, I have a lot of conservative price projections to show you guys, but nonetheless, exciting stuff. But before we do that, I do want to talk about Ripple, guys. How can we not? How can we not? it's been a very interesting week. And as I said last week, we're definitely going to have to be one of those things where we're going to have to wait and see kind of dilemma here because, we're not in the courtroom. We're not the lawyers. We don't really actually know what's going on. There's been lots of rumors of Ripple executives meeting up with IMF and things like that, the CEO. But as far as actually what we're reading on the news here, it's just unfortunately to say, it's just shot after shot after shot into Ripple. We'll take out the technicals after this in a sec, but this is the complaint. If you guys do want to read up on it, I'm not going to read these articles to you guys, but this is really important because obviously this is major precedent setting stuff that's happening right now, and so what happens with Ripple is huge to be what's going to happen with other similar altcoin projects. There's lots of talk of projects, even like Stellar Lumens being very centralized and being on the SEC radars, getting Texas Tether lawsuit, right? So, I think with the rise in, institutions getting involved in this, has definitely put this on the forefront of regulators, and their agenda going forward for 2021, especially the state of the world and the economy. So these sort of things are going to be ongoing. And that's why we do these sessions every week to just talk about what's going on and what's really important that's happening in the crypto world that is relevant to all of us, right? And so this Ripple thing is going to be something to watch. Obviously, I'm going to be dropping these articles as I go through them in the chat. So if you want to read into them more yourself, feel free. But this is an interesting one that came out today. Coinbase is getting sued now for allowing the sale of XRP because XRP is an illegal security. So now they are getting collateral in this lawsuit and targeting Coinbase, right? And so obviously Coinbase has already suspended. They said they're going to suspend XRP trading, I think the 10th of January. Binance now says it's going to delist XRP on the 13th. Guys, and here's the thing. With XRP is their number one, they're always their use case. What they said they were going to be for was, American institutions. They wanted to be that cross-border system for American institutions, not for European or Asian or South American or African. No, they were very, very set on becoming that sort of gateway or that company that was going to onboard institutions into crypto. And what happens, guys? What happens when XRP is delisted from every single American exchange? There is not going to be any dollar liquidity for XRP, guys. Let me pull up the XRP chart. If XRP is not able to be traded in the United States of America, where they want to conduct their business and where they say their value case is, again, it's another thing that just doesn't make any sense about this project. Another bullet to it, right? You guys know my opinions on this. I'm blunt. I give it to you straight what I think, right? I don't want to touch this, right? I don't think at 25 cents is that quarter level. That's a key level, but we didn't even bounce. We got a little bounce off that, right? Quarters on cryptos, guys, insane. But yeah, it looks like we're going further. I don't think we would not take this liquidity here. I know Zach's looking at like 12 cents. I definitely think we're going to get back down to the 12 cents region as well. So maybe you guys are going to be savage and you want to try to catch this bottom. Be my guest. I will have no part of this. Because the news that's coming out, it doesn't look good for XRP, especially if they ban the liquidity in the United States. It's already written on the wall that they will within the next 2 weeks. So $0. And I want to have sympathy and I want to not just be rubbing it in people's faces, but I fucking told you so. I fucking told all of you guys for years now. So moving on. XRP is trash. We all know that. So Panthers, Russell Okung becomes the first NFL player to be paid in Bitcoin. What a savage. I think he's getting half of his salary now in Bitcoin. So that's just a nice, fun, interesting little story. What is proof of stake? This is something I want to actually drop. I'm definitely going to drop this one. I'm going to drop this one in the chat for you guys to read on yourself, because this is a huge thing going forward in crypto. Proof of stake currencies and how they work is really important to understand, because the majority of the crypto sphere is going towards proof of stake. Bitcoin will always be proof of work. Bitcoin is mining is proof of work. proof of stake is staking. Like when you actually have to stake your coins into something, they actually have rewards for that, just like the people who mine get rewards. So it's a different mechanism of how blockchains work. And it's really, really important that you start learning about this, because this is how all the future cryptocurrencies are going to work, in my opinion. Ethereum has already made big plans to transition to Ethereum 2.0, which will move them from proof of work. Ethereum used to have mining just like Bitcoin, and now they will be moving to proof of stake. So this is an industry-wide thing that's going to be happening. And so definitely just wanted to have this article up for you guys to just read for yourself and look into it. If you haven't already learned about what proof of stake is, it's a great article for you guys to do so. So moving on, BlackRock. This was an old article from this week, guys. BlackRock is the biggest asset manager in the world. And I don't know if they're the biggest, but publicly I've heard that on multiple claims. Didn't want to say that, but that is what I've seen cited on numerous different places, that they are the biggest public asset manager. Right here, it says it right here. Yep, world's largest asset manager is looking to do what? To get into blockchain, to get into crypto. Because this is not the first time either that BlackRock has been mentioned in the crypto world. So, just more news of institutions coming in, right? Turkey launching a central bank digital currency. Again, a lot of these articles, and guys, I'm not reading these to you guys. I'm just pointing out the big things that are happening, which to me every week always is like, damn, we are bullish as fuck. Central banks getting involved. Of course they are, right? Ethereum 2.0, changing ways that DeFi projects operate, right? Right now, even I was trying to send a transaction. I was trying to move some synthetics from a different wallet to a different wallet last night. The minimum transaction fee would have been about $30. Today it was about $15. And so this has been something that's kind of plaguing Ethereum and DeFi right now, is that these transactions, depending on where you're sending things from, cost a lot of money on Ethereum right now. Gas is very expensive. So upgrading Ethereum 2.0 is potentially that solution and that upgrade that allows for a lot cheaper transaction fees, a lot faster transactions. And so this is a very big story going on in crypto right now. This is a developing story right now of crypto, and something to continue to watch, which is why I'm updating you guys, right, with Ethereum 2.0 coming and the implications that has for my favorite sector, my favorite part of crypto, the DeFi market, right? And so we're definitely going to get into that as well today. Grayscale is apparently dumping their stakes in XRP and XLM. This is totally a rumor, but it's interesting to notice that XLM is now kind of getting, I guess you'd say, getting put in that same category of like, we don't really know if this is security, right? It's pretty centralized. And I know XLM has been a project that a lot of people around the trade house and the community have been very interested in. So it's interesting to see the rumors of them being kind of put in the same name as Ripple, right? Actually, the creator of XLM was one of the creators of Ripple. His name is Jed McCaleb. He did not like the direction they were going, so he made his own company. But they are very, very similar in how they work. They're a little bit different in their approach of who they want to market to, who they want their customer bases to be. XRP is more focused on institutions. Stellar is definitely more focused on foundations, people, charity, things of that nature. Not really looking at the institutions and banks, but more, I guess you'd say, more democratized in their approach and who they want to actually be using their protocol, right? So yeah, you can read up about that, Jed McCaleb. But interesting, really, really interesting in my opinion, that XLM is being mentioned in the same conversation as XRP, especially when Grayscale is talking about it. Obviously, Grayscale has the biggest Bitcoin trust out there. And this is also an ongoing regulation right now with crypto. Interesting stuff is because of DeFi, because of the fact that you can buy Bitcoin on Coinbase, which is obviously KYC, obviously regulated. They know what you have to pay taxes on it. Same with Coinbase, Cash App, Binance, all of those, right? But DeFi world, once you buy that crypto on Coinbase and you take it into the DeFi world's like this whole thing over here that's completely decentralized. There's no KYC, there's no regulations. So you can essentially make all the money in the world that you want here and nobody would know and nobody could tax you on it. But we still have that dilemma of actually getting it from this crypto world here into physical fiat. And that's the gateway they control. But they really want to lock down their ability to understand and tax people who are making money in DeFi protocols, because they want to make sure that when you take your Coinbase off of Coinbase, they want to know, when you take your Bitcoin off of Coinbase, my bad, they want to know where you're taking it to. They want to know if you're making money with that, because They want theirs. Of course they do. That's what the feds do, right? So this is something that's ongoing, right? Another thing that's just we're not getting the quiet answer today, but something they want to crack down on. And I am not worried. A lot of people say this is a huge threat to the DeFi space. There's a lot of FUD going on saying, this would basically make DeFi worthless. You can't even use it, but that's craziness, right? There's a reason why we're $14.2 billion locked in DeFi right now. That number is not going anywhere. Yes, we've seen a little dip since that regulation news has come out, but that money's not going anywhere, guys. They can try all they want to regulate this. They can try all they want. They've tried to ban Bitcoin. They've tried to do so many things like this in the past in crypto, guys. And so for you guys who are newer, don't be scared when you see these things, because here's the thing about decentralized technology. How do you actually stop it? Oh, wait, you fucking can't. You can't. You literally actually can't, because it's decentralized. There's no centralized point of failure. That is the whole fucking point, right? So that I think it's worth mentioning. That's why I'm talking about it, because there will be fear, uncertainty, and doubt. That is what FUD stands for. That comes out in the market all the time. Just trying to get you guys to be scared. Don't be scared. You got none, no worry about. India, guys, India is going, oh my gosh, I wanted to bring this up. I want to talk about this because India right now is launching physical banks for crypto. And they're adding 100 branches. And this is really, really important to me because obviously India has the second largest population in the world, one of the biggest developing economies, right? China, if you didn't know, has the biggest economy. It is going to lead the world in terms of markets going forward. United States is number 2, but India has potential, right? To even pass someone like the United States, right? The potential of India's economy is insane, right? And I'm going to mention a couple of things going on right now, just to give you an outlook of what's happening if you didn't already know. India basically in the past said at first they want to completely ban crypto, which obviously how well did that work? Didn't, because you can't. How do you stop something decentralized? But now they're talking about imposing an 18% tax, which may seem ridiculous. It is, but this is actually very bullish news, because in the past they were like, yo, it banned. No, absolutely not. And now them even considering a tax is showing that the government is, what you'd say, lightening their stance against crypto. They are now way more crypto friendly, considering putting taxes on it, which is a complete 180 from it's completely banned, right? So, and guys, India, like I said, is crazy. And I wanted to bring something else going on in India right now, because just modern day events, this is QC, this is what we do. We bring awareness, we wake people up to what the hell is actually happening in the world. India has had the largest protest of all time ever, like going on for the last 4 months. Their farmers protest. The entire, all the farmers in India right now are protesting. There's so much stuff happening in the world right now. It's almost crazy, right? But India obviously is something huge to be looking at. And if you didn't know about this protest going on, I'm giving you a Wikipedia article, because obviously there's lots of news articles about what's happening. And when you're reading news articles, obviously you look at who that news article is written by, and understand where their funding was coming from. And a lot of the people who are in food producing are also in bed with the same people in the news, right? We understand that centralization of power here at QC. I don't need to get into that right now, but that's why I'm showing you a Wikipedia page right now and not a news article, right? So be careful when you're reading about news articles about what's happening right here. Get all those bases covered, right? Understand your biases, and especially with current events right now, guys, that's what you have to do your due diligence. But if you didn't know about what's going on in India, now you do. And so definitely it's crazy stuff, right? Crazy stuff going on in the world. But I don't think I have any articles already. A couple more articles to share with you guys, and then we're gonna get in some TA. Canadian firm Nextech uses $2 million of their treasury to buy Bitcoin, guys. Another institution buying Bitcoin. What's new, right? Spanish City launches their own local virtual currency, Elio, as their own form of stimulus. Just some cool, interesting stuff. And Grayscale, they just keep buying more. I mean, Grayscale's buying more. I'm buying more. I don't know what you guys, but I'm buying more. Grayscale's buying more, and I'm going to continue to buy more for the rest of this year, probably for the rest of fucking forever, honestly. Honestly, when we peak out, that'll be another conversation. But that's kind of what I want to go to today. Talking about some altcoins, and talking about price predictions, and also talking about a strategy to take your profits. Right. This is something I've been actually kind of focusing on myself the last couple of weeks, learning a lot about. Running out of water, massive migration's coming. Ooh. Something I've been learning about, and really putting a lot of mental thought into right now and creating like, these charts for you guys. I really spent a lot of time working these charts, and they're simplistic charts. We have really naked charts, right, guys? We're not going to be looking at XRP because this fucker could go to zero for all I care. But looking at different altcoins and looking at their projections, and understanding why you're invested, understanding what to do with your bags when they actually do start pumping, right? So before we do that, I want to point out just one thing I've been noticing. I kind of was talking about in the chat today, guys. Bitcoin and Ethereum Bitcoin drives the market, right? Oh, Bitcoin hit 29. Let's go. I didn't even see that. I wasn't even looking. But you guys know that Bitcoin basically drives the market. Bitcoin is driving the market right now. And Ethereum, guys, Ethereum is usually lagging behind crypto. So, lagging behind. So, Ethereum right here actually looks really, really sexy for another leg up right now going into the rest of the night, because what I've found, and I've pointed this out a few times in the past, is that today when we had already made these highs on Bitcoin, Ethereum was right here. And I had posted that in that chat today. And then predicting that Ethereum was going to follow, since Bitcoin made a new high that day, Ethereum was also going to make a new high that day, and it did, right? And so there isn't exactly 100% correlation here with this, as there is nothing in crypto or nothing in any market that's 100% going to work every time, right? But take a look out for that, guys. I like to just give you guys like keys to the or clues to the right direction. I don't want to just give you the answers, but if you notice Bitcoin on a rally, check out where Ethereum's at. If Ethereum hasn't quite rallied yet, it a lot of times it does. Ethereum lags Bitcoin, so there's correlation between these things. Like Mike does it all the time on indices in the morning on bounce back and on a session, showing, hey, this one's a lot higher than this one, and this one is probably going to follow this one, right? And so that's a very, very powerful insight to have, especially when day trading these markets, and catching these swings. Ooh, yes. So watch out for that. Ethereum usually lags Bitcoin, and it usually does the same move. But going forward, with ETH, we'll start here, guys, for long-term technicals. I'm going to be breaking down weeklies and dailies right now, guys, because this is how I invest on these cryptos, right? And so we've talked about a lot on Ethereum, how 500 was such a key level, and we rejected it, and we had that last opportunity last week to get in that $500 range, right? We saw no signs of stopping down here on this weekly time frame. 800 is my next local target that I'm looking at right now. And obviously the 1,000 would be the next key level, and 1,400 is the high. And guys, Ethereum's not that exciting because it's like, yep, I think we're just going to keep going, right? Mike pointed out that Link is at an interesting place right now. Link is definitely at a very interesting place. If we're looking here on the weekly time frame, continue to make higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Noticing though that these pullbacks, right, this pullback, this range right here is the same kind of pattern I'm seeing happening right here, right now, right? And so are we ready to make that next leg up? You can do these on a lot of cryptos. You put the range and then you put I can make this pretty for you guys, but I'm just like what my eye sees for you guys. What my eye sees immediately, right, is you see the legs up and then you see the ranges, and I'll just leave the legs up in white, right? But you see those legs up and then you see the range of where price ranges for a while. And so reasonably predicting just a trend, basic trend analysis, right? Higher highs, higher lows. We're waiting for that next higher high, and especially understanding where we're at with crypto, right? And so I'm going to be giving a bullish bias on a lot of these coins because we're bullish on the whole market, right? We're bullish on these projects in general. Last week I covered a lot of DeFi projects and their fundamentals, right? But I'm not going to be doing fundamentals, which is shock. Jordan always does fundamentals. That's all he does. But today just technicals. But the fundamentals on these projects are, yeah, we're going to rise this year, right? The Bitcoin is going to lead the market. When the tide rises, all ships rise, right? So that's what I really do expect for the cryptos going forward. Dropping Chainlink down to the daily. This price box right here on that last candle, such an interesting range. Again, we were on the stream last week during this day, printing this candle. And I said, hey, we're either going to bounce here or keep going. And this could be a great opportunity to get into Chainlink. So if you got some sub $10 Chainlink, congratulations. Because yeah, $10 is that key level, guys. The holes and especially like when you're going in multiples of 10. So, like $100 levels, $1,000 levels, when coins have never seen like 3 figures or 4 figure prices or 2 figures, those are huge, huge levels. And 10 here is holding strong for Chainlink, right? Like as I said, it's key for me seeing Chainlink under $10. That was an opportunity right here. And yeah, this thing honestly looks so bullish. This thing looks so bullish to make a new high. My targets for Chainlink, guys, $50. $50 Chainlink, $50 Chainlink. This is exciting. This is an exciting call, right? Thinking about $50 Chainlink, right? And so even at that $10 price range, if you've been averaging over the last couple of months, which I always advise, which I have been, my average Chainlink price right now is, I think, slightly over 10. Slightly over 10, because I actually started a little bit back here. But my average Chainlink price is slightly under 10 right now. And I'm looking for it to go to 50, right? That's where that's where I'm gonna start taking my profits, right? And so the way I'm investing in these altcoins, guys, this is a huge thing to understand. And this is what we're gonna talk about. This is the main thing I want to talk about tonight. Understanding why you're invested into a project and when you're gonna sell. You need to have that plan, right? Because the way crypto works, a lot of these coins will range for a fucking minute, right? And if you don't have strong hands, and if you don't understand the project in the first place, you won't hold. I'm sorry, it's just being blunt. You won't hold for the pump. You'll sell it before. It's happened to me many times. I actually invested in Chainlink at $1. $1 and some change, guys. I bought Chainlink at $1 and some change way back, way back, a couple of years ago when I first got into crypto. One of my buddies pointed out, and I was like, "Fuck it," I just put some money on it. I did not know what I was doing. I didn't even look into it. I had no ability to hold this project because I didn't have an understanding of it. And so that's the most important thing I have to preface before I get into any more of this TA of these price projections. Is like you have to understand what you're holding and actually have some sort of interest in it, other than making money. Because you watching a coin range or maybe even go down for months, and you don't have any other vested interest in it other than making money, most of the time that will cause you to sell. That will cause you to react. That isn't my approach to this market, right? I really don't invest in the projects just to make money, right? I'm investing in projects that I think can make money. Of course, I'm not an idiot. That's the name of investing, is to make money, right? But I'm also investing in the projects that I genuinely care about, that I'm genuinely interested in, that like I'm excited to actually follow and watch and see what it does, right? Something that you can want to update yourself on and want to follow. So that's a huge preface before we even get into any more of these coins and their projections, because you have to understand what you're investing in and develop that interest, because that's what actually allows you to hold on. If I would have knew what Chainlink was way back in the day, well, I didn't. Doesn't matter. But that's just a story right there, guys. Someone like myself who's been trading this market for 3 years. Like I said, I bought Chainlink here at dollars amounts, and didn't hold it. So learn from my lessons, right? That's what smart people do. So moving on, we're doing mostly the crypto majors today. Some of the top 10 projects out there. Litecoin, as much as I don't think it really has a lot of and full transparency, the only 3 projects I'm investing in on technicals that I'm going to do today are these 3. And that's why I mentioned those before. I do think there are some amazing opportunities out here. So I know there's some other investors who are interested in other projects than myself. So while I'm doing this, but yeah, Litecoin, guys, Litecoin is what it is. I think it'll always be relevant, simply because people think it's digital silver. I don't know why, but that's what it has. I don't know why people think Doge is funny, but they do. I don't know why people think Litecoin is digital silver, but they do. I didn't understand why people thought XRP was going to be used by the banks, but they did. And so when projects have really, really strong narratives going for them, that's something to consider in crypto. Like that is actually very huge in the crypto world, is understanding that sentimental analysis. Like, yeah, it is. The Bitcoin and Friends. If you guys haven't seen that show, I gotta shout that out right now, because that is just pure gold. Guys, look this up if you haven't right now. You guys are taking notes. I'll drop this in the chat. I'm gonna drop this in the crypto chat right now, because this is gonna. I don't think this has been brought up in our chat yet, so I definitely gotta drop this in there. But you guys, like they shit on Litecoin. This it's hilarious, but yes, you still have to understand that the market values what the market values. It doesn't matter what I think is valuable sometimes, but also it's important to think with the market is valuable. So that being said, that's a big part of why I think why I think Litecoin, will continue to rise. I personally, like I said, these are my major cryptos that I'm interested in out of the top 10. None of these other ones. I have actually a few price targets on these two that I'll be showing you guys. But Litecoin, I'm not too invested into this, but I don't see why it won't break the all-time high this year. And first target's going to be, Litecoin all-time highs are actually pretty crazy. 384, right? Charlie Lee, that's where he sold. Fuck you, Charlie Lee. Never will invest in Litecoin because of that. I do have to mention that. I'll give you guys my bias, right? I'm shitting on this project right now, but it is what it is. Y'all give me permission every week to be savage, so that's what I do. But the guy who created this project, the reason why I don't invest in it, I don't like it. Like I said, I can see the potential to make money in that chart, but doesn't mean I'm going to invest in it. This is the guy who made Litecoin. Look at this little. Yeah, I don't need to call him names. That's low, but this guy, he's the one who created it, and he sold his entire stack at the high. So I don't know how that feels to you guys, but when someone makes the coin, like imagine if Satoshi Nakamoto sold his coins at fucking 20. What if he sold them now? Imagine that. Imagine if Satoshi Nakamoto sold all of his Bitcoin right now. After all these years, you'd be like, what the fuck? He just scammed us all. Bitcoin's not even what we thought it was. This is a scam. That's what this guy did. This guy actually did that. He sold his fucking coins in December 2017 at the high. The CEO. That stained Litecoin for me forever. So that's Litecoin for you. I had to mention it like that. Maybe some information you don't know. So you guys get my full perspective. I'm biased. I don't like Litecoin. BNB. Ooh, my BNB. It used to be a darling of mine. I used to love BNB. Caught that 6 up to like 20 the first year when it came out. Looks like we're attacking all-time highs for Binance Coin. $50 is a very conservative projection, but I do think we're, could be even weeks away from that on Binance Coin. If you guys like Binance Coin, this one definitely isn't in too great of an opportunity, capitalize with a trade, even a swing trade, or even dollar cost averaging. I think there's much better opportunities out there, but interesting project to follow because it is such a like it's the biggest, basically, other than Coinbase exchange out there. Reverse psychology. What do you mean? Do you feel Uniswap is just a tool for swapping or an actual good coin to hold? I love Uniswap. I talked a lot about it last week. I think it is the future of exchanges. I've seen their protocol, their software is very, very functional, very, very useful. I could see projects like Coinbase using Uniswap's protocol in the background to actually exchange crypto. You wouldn't even know. And that's like the potential of Uniswap. I think they could become, honestly, a huge backbone of all of crypto. Like they're the first ones to take the decentralized exchange idea. Was a huge exchange in crypto. Lots and lots of projects have created their own, but they're the first one to actually get people on their exchange, people using it, and so they won. Essentially, in my opinion, they won the DEX race, and I think their potential is huge. Like I think. Okay, let's pull up CoinMarketCap again because it's a good point to mention because we are looking at Binance, and we're looking solely at price per coin right now, right? We're not even looking at market caps, which is a little bit different and actually what you'd consider investing long term. So you look at Binance Coin with a market cap of 5 billion. That's a billion. I was billion trillions, right? That's a billion. And then I look at Uniswap with $1 billion market cap. Obviously, Binance has a little more to it than Uniswap does. Right, there's more features to it, but I don't see why this wouldn't have a valuation like this in this next bull run. And that is conservative considering that a lot of these coins are going to go up. Guys, Ripple hit like, I don't know what the fuck, their market cap was like 70 billion in 2017. That was like, oh my god. So like these market caps are still so low for all these projects. I think Bitcoins will be a trillion, Ethereum hundreds of billions. So even these like lower than the mid, like you call the blue chips, like your top 10 coins, I see hitting multiple billions, and I see Uniswap as a potential coin to get in there. So yeah, I love Uniswap. I'm so bullish on Uniswap. Now getting into some more actual opportunities. Cardano is a project I don't see going anywhere. Cardano has a strong community. They have a strong fundamentals. The people who like Cardano fucking love it. Are anybody here a Cardano fan? Like, Do you guys know any Cardano fans? Yes, Kyle, my guy. Like, I gotta give y'all credit because everybody who I ever like talk to that's into Cardano is really fucking into Cardano, and they're usually like the smartest people I know in crypto. They're always in Cardano. I personally just I like Ethereum, right? And like the biggest thing in development is money and people, and all the money and people are on Ethereum. And until that changes, I don't see Cardano threatening Ethereum, but like this is something that's ongoing. And so yes, Ethereum easily has the lead right now, easily is the most valuable project. But you know, Cardano I see has the potential could be like the Apple to IBM, right? Everyone thought IBM was going to be the computer giant or even the Microsoft, whatever. I'm not too versed in computer tech stocks from the 80s, right? But you had a traditional giant that everyone thought had already captured the market, and then different innovators came and actually took that market from them. So just because Ethereum could be IBM, right? But also Ethereum could be what everyone thinks it is right now, which is the future of the internet. Right, Internet 3.0. Like the amount of shit being built on internet on Ethereum right now is mind blowing. But I do think Cardano nonetheless will have a good year. I think Cardano is a project to stay. I think they will find a niche. They will find a use case. There's too much of a smart of a team. There's too much talent. There's too much marketing. There's too much of a community. Ethereum is a great project. Honestly, it's a great project to invest in. And I really like if you can get Ethereum even here between 25 cents and 10 cents, getting that 10 cents Ethereum or Cardano. I know a lot of y'all have been averaging in here. You might even have average positions at like 5, 6, 7, 3, crazy stuff. But I do see Cardano taking out that high. It's just a crypto blue chip. It's here to stay. I really see in this next year if everything the tide rises, if the wave brings up all shifts, it's definitely bringing up Cardano. Cardano could have a huge year. And yeah, if you're getting it in this range here, averaging in, we're not trying to snipe here, but obviously that 10-cent price right there, how we stuck there for a while, to rise it up to a dollar, you're looking at a 10x, 8x, 9x of a crypto play. That's solid, guys, for altcoin, right? If you can get another 10x on your Bitcoin, with a Bitcoin bag goes 10x, your Cardano bag goes 10x, and obviously this has potential to go a lot higher. I'm giving you guys very, very conservative price estimates. If these things really catch momentum and really moon, you could see multiple dollar Cardano, right? This would be my first take profit. And these are actually opportunities I'm considering, all things being said. Stellar Lumens has almost the exact same chart. Exact same chart. It's crazy. Stellar Lumens looks like a great opportunity. However, you do have to watch out that FUD, that news with SEC going around. But this just looks like doesn't Cardano and XLM both? You got your liquidity grab, break of structure, and now we're trending in the way. Like, whoops. These charts look just clean. And we're just looking at weeklies, guys. So you have plenty of opportunity to build positions into these cryptos if you do want to invest into them. These are weekly timeframes, right? I look at weekly timeframes because I invest on a weekly basis. So every single one of these candles for me, if I was investing on a weekly basis, would be an entry for me. Like, how many weeks you had an opportunity to get an entry at 10K? How many positions you could stack at not 10K, at 10 cents for here at Cardano? So that's why I look at weeklies the way I do. That's why I analyze weeklies mostly on cryptos. So yeah, but XLM, same thing. Pretty much, I think we can get up to that dollar mark. That would be my target on XL11. We could easily go further than that. So yeah, these are projects that, 10xing these projects, considering that actual market cap growth, these are both projects in the top 10. Very, very similar. Cardano with a $5 billion market cap, we'd be putting us at 50. That could easily happen. Ethereum's worth 83, right? So that wouldn't even be rivaling Ethereum, because if in that market condition, Ethereum's going to be worth hundreds of billions. So that's totally plausible. And even if Stellar going up to 20 billion, shit, XRP at that point has gotten there. So I totally see that potential. Right. Do you use exchange like Kraken for these or just KOT4X? I exchange trade these, man. I'm actually buying and selling these cryptos and holding these bags. And these are TAs to hold for 2021. Like, I'm recording this session. I'm going to put this on my YouTube. It's going to be interesting to see or reflect back in a year from now. Like, these are 2021 crypto price predictions by yours truly. Right. And seeing which ones played out. Because, guys, if you 10x even one of your bags, that gives you room for 9 other bags. If all things are equal being considered, right? You put the same amount into 10 bags and one of them 10x's, you've got your whole capital covered, right? Any other gains on that is pure profit. So it's exciting stuff. It's exciting stuff. Monero is one of my favorites. This will be the last one I'm going to go over today, guys. Monero. This is such a solid project fundamentally. This price action is just beautiful. Seeing how we wrecked that Hunter, we're a 3-figure Monero right? If we can get back down to that 3-figure range, I have a big box right here. That's a freaking absolute buy zone right there. This is weekly time frames, guys, right? Weekly time frames. We are at high, so I would like to see this pull back. We could just keep going though, so is what it is. But Monero is a coin I love. It's a privacy coin. If you guys didn't know, Bitcoin transactions are fully public, fully fully traceable. Privacy coins like Monero that actually offer you freedom to exchange your money wherever, whenever, without being censored or being tracked. Huge, especially with the NWO launching in 2020. Full states are like, that's real, guys. That's totally fucking real. That happened. We talked about that about a month ago. That was a wild webinar, but yeah. What platform do I start on? Coinbase, Cash App. And if you're brand new to investing in crypto, you're brand new, just get Bitcoin. Just get Bitcoin, guys. It's crazy. You can chase the bags on these other coins. I think it's fun. Altcoins, I love altcoins, right? But it's very simple. We've been doing these sessions since literally right here. And this is a weekly time frame, right? We've been doing these sessions right here, and every single call I tell you, okay, this is how I invest, right? I invest in Bitcoin in a way that I'm building a portfolio, right? So I am accumulating Bitcoin, I'm accumulating other digital assets. And the way I go about investing in this market is I'm not just throwing lump sums at it. I'm not trying to predict or guess the bottoms or the highs. We all understand technical analysis, and we can follow along with projects and definitely predict price movements, right? We definitely predicted this run up. I was calling this all summer long. So if you took advantage, great. If not, cool. Because there's always more opportunities out there, right? And so the way we invest in this market is we dollar cost average, right? We don't have to worry about sniping because dollar cost averaging is proven. It's a proven investment strategy. It's not created by me. It's a proven investment strategy with any sort of portfolio building in any sort of market. And it's a proven strategy to mitigate your risk in investing in assets, especially very volatile ones. So that's why we dollar cost average. Dollar cost average is buying a fixed amount every week. Actually, it doesn't have to be a fixed amount, but it's buying it on a fixed time interval. So that'd be every week, every day, every month. You can choose that. Right? I like every week. That gives me 52 entries a year. I get one entry every one of the times in this week. Could be here, could be there. I do it on Tuesday. That's just when my money hits. So that's when I do it. And it's actually been working out because I feel like Wednesdays we always rally. But yeah, guys, and we've been talking about cents here. So if you had the point of dollar cost averaging, right? This is a really good example actually right here. Is imagine if you would have just decided that right here and this week in August that you were going to go all in on Bitcoin. And then in the next 3 weeks, your Bitcoin fell from 12,000 to 9,000. That was a 25, 30% drop. So let's say you put your life savings in there. You put, I don't know, don't mean to offend anybody, but it's maybe your life savings is $10,000. And you put this in there, right? And all of a sudden that 10,000 is like 6 something. And you're like, what the fuck? I thought Bitcoin was going to and then you tweak out. Hopefully you don't, but that you don't, no one wants to take that kind of drawdown. Versus what if you just invested that 10,000 over a couple weeks? Let's say you decided you wanted to get that into the market over a month's time span. And it's very easy seeing this hindsight, this chart right here. You actually got in during this week, you got in this week, you got in this week, and you got in this week. Your average price wouldn't be 12,000. Your average price would be somewhere in between, right? And so that's why dollar cost averaging is so powerful, because the market is volatile. It's going to go up and down a lot every day. And also it's very powerful because I know so many people, man, RIP. And I still keep seeing these comments on Twitter and shit. I know so many people that we hit 20K. They're like, I'm like, are you buying now or what? Because the people that didn't, whatever, and they'd be like, no, it's going to pull back to 10. Okay, bud. All right. 2 or 3 weeks later, we're at 30. And so there's a lot of people right now, the talk of the town, the talk of the crypto town is, oh, we're hitting 30 and we're pulling back to 25. We're pulling back to 20. I'm like, we could. That's cool with me. If we do, great, cheaper Bitcoin. If we don't, I don't care because I'm still buying. I'm still buying. You do not want to be left out. You do not want to be on the opposite side of Bitcoin trying to call the pullbacks and trying to snipe your way into this market. It's not a good strategy. You're gonna be left with at the train station with empty hands. Everyone else has got their bags, and That's why even on a bull run like this, dollar cost averaging is still the best way to go because I bought here, 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 here. Every single one of those entries is in profit. Every single one. I didn't miss the train. Nobody misses the train. You never miss the train if you're dollar cost averaging. You never do. That's why I always talk about it, right? And so even when you're investing here, 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 you're glad you fucking did when it goes here, 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 right? And so imagine if you've been dollar cost averaging this whole time, like what your average entries are, even when we get these pullbacks, even when we get these explosions. So even if we do get that retracement from 30K back down to 25, I would love to see it. I think that'd be very healthy for price action. I want it to happen. Not counting on it, still going to be buying. Still going to be buying. If you were counting on pullbacks at 25,000, you got clapped. If you were counting on pullbacks at 13, 15, you got clapped. You didn't get clapped. You just didn't get in. You missed the gains. I don't want to miss the fucking gains. I look at Bitcoin price action from 2017 and I'm like, holy shit. And I really do think we've talked about this in the past. I really think this is what's going on this year. 2006, look at this year. Look at this year of crypto. To January of 2016 to December of 2017. Look at that year, guys. This is a weekly time frame. Yes, you got some pullbacks. Let's highlight that again. Let's box it. Yes, you got some pullbacks here, right? You got some pullbacks here, but not really. Once we really took off past 1,000, this is 1,000 right here. Once we took off there, wow, we got 1, 2, we can count 3, 4, count those, 5, 6, 7. You have okay, we'll give you some more. We're being really generous here counting these dojis. I can't even tell if they're green or black, but let's zoom in. How many candles over a year of once we actually took off? So we'll solidify this a little more from April, right? From April to December, 8 months. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 weeks out of 8 months that were bearish. 6 weeks out of 8 months that were bearish. 8 months has what? 35, 36 weeks. And 6 of them, 6 of them were bearish. So if I'm buying. my stance chains the same. I'm buying every single one of these candles. Because that is exactly what I think we're going to do this year. We're going to rally. We're going to rally hard. We've already started it. We're in price discovery mode. Bitcoin can just pull back on these dailies, and we just keep printing green weeklies. So zoom out, guys. Zoom out a little bit because this weekly time frame will help you see, holy shit, how bullish this thing really is, right? I'm buying it every week. So I appreciate you guys. That's it for today. I'm grateful for every single one of you guys. Remember, dollar cost average your way in. Don't throw the house on this stuff. Don't drop all in at one time. Dollar cost average. Keep buying. Buy Bitcoin. Short the banks. You already know. Peace out, guys. Love you guys. Take care. See you on the other side.